Vision&Vibes podcast is a platform featuring Kay Johnson, the Vibe Master. She creates a space for current and future generations to combine thoughts and lights in areas of education, economics, excellence, and all vibes of self-care. On this podcast, you can expect cursing, laughing, crying, and praying, with a mixture of compelling practices about the art of learning, expressing, transforming, and leading yourself. We will be featuring authors, politicians, pastors, educators, industry leaders, executives, world changers, action takers, and vision casters. Calmly tune in, remain turned on, stay tapped in, and to learn more about Vision and Vibes, visit inspiredbosses.com.
Hey, oh my goodness. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm so excited today because y'all, when I say God is good, baby, let me let you know. God is good. Yes. What's up, Vibe family? We are excited that you have found us. This podcast exists so that we can be better. We can be better and understand economics, creativity, purpose, and self-care clearly, primarily taught by me, the Vibe, Kay Johnson. We've decided to share strategies and practices of self-improvement and self-care globally. We talk about all things economy, purpose, excellence, self-care, creativity, business, leadership, career, health, and wellness for those who seek to understand their purpose and improve their lives. Okay? Remember, we air every Sunday at 12 a.m., so don't miss it. Sunday at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time Zone. Okay, y'all? Everywhere you can find podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, YouTube. Yeah, we're all there. Okay? It's all there. So today I'm really excited because we're talking about faith. And this topic is like super important. Super important to me. Super important to a lot of people. And I think that it should be emphasized a lot. So today we're talking about faith for the journey. Brandi J-E McAlister is a 3-time published author, a certified spiritual and life coach, and founder of Pray the Impossible. She coined herself Spiritual Friendvisor, a friend who gives advice based on godly wisdom, who drops gems. GEM stands for God Enthused Messages Spoken. From her heart to uplift, inspire, and motivate individuals on their life journey. She is also the founder of Blessed by Brandi Incorporated, a 501c3. Y'all, she's just doing her thing. It's a nonprofit organization. Brandi helps people through hosting events, writing books, and coaching during her coaching sessions. You can find Brandi at Pray the Impossible on IG, and you can visit praytheimpossible.com to find out more about what she has for you. Okay, y'all? So today's discussion is all about faith for the journey. So let me bring Brandi on the stage right now.
Hi.
OMG, it's been a minute since we actually saw each other virtually.
Yes.
Each other in person, but it's been a minute. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I cannot complain. Life been lifing, but I'm here and I'm thankful and I'm excited about today's conversation. How are you?
I'm great, girl. This conversation, this topic, this title is so on point, okay? And it's so timely. I think one of my things that I've been saying during prayer and I have been decreeing over my own life and those who are attached to me is that I am in the right place at the right time. We are in the right place at the right time. And I believe that this conversation is at the right place at the right time for the right people. Do you hear me?
Yes, for sure.
So we will not be long, girl. We're going to hit head on. We're not going to leave any room for any questions or maybe a little crumbs and maybe want people to come, like, you know, later. But we're just going to be conversational, give these people some insight and just catch up on what it means for faith for the journey. So the first question that I have for you is, let's just start out real basic, okay? What is faith? Give us your basic level understanding.
Well, just to take a bit from the Bible, faith is the substance of things we hope for, right? So faith, basically, you cannot see faith. You can exercise faith. Faith lives within you, but faith is not something that's tangible. It's something that you have to put into practice, right? It's just like working a muscle. If you're going to the gym, you're working out, and it's like you're lifting maybe 50 pounds, you're going to have faith to be like, you know what? I can't see it. I can't see this faith, but inside me, I know there's something inside of me that's saying I can lift 50 pounds, right? This weight. And so that's pretty much what faith is. It's a substance. It's something that we use so that we can actually eventually see those things that we're hoping for and praying for and believe in God for.
So I think what I'm going to pull out here for y'all who may be new to faith is, you don't necessarily see it, but you believe it. You believe it before you see it. And that see it is like in real time, like manifested tangibly in your life or in your situation or in your character development, whatever that may be. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So the next question is, it's related to the first question because it's asking, why is faith important for the journey?
Woo, baby. You know, there's this saying that, you know, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And on this journey of life, on this journey, your spiritual journey, on this journey that you're taking, just, it could be at work, it could be in whatever it is that you're doing. Faith, because you're believing, I believe in God. I know some people say universe, but I believe in God. And so for me, knowing that, and we can't see God, right? But we believe him. We believe in him. We put our hope in him. So similar with faith is you believe it, you can't see it. And so as you're going on this journey in life, there's tests, there's trials, there's tribulations, honey. There is setbacks. There are lemons that are being thrown at you, rocks, every and anything. You're down in the valley, you're in the pit. And that faith is just giving you the strength. That faith is saying that no matter what it feels like and no matter what it looks like, this faith is going to keep me 10 toes down. I may get knocked down, but I'm going to get back up. This faith is going to carry me through, knowing that I may not be able to see the end of the light at the end of the tunnel. I may not be able to see actually what lies ahead. I may not be able to see my way out of this dark place, but I know if I keep holding on to this faith, to whatever this thing is, it's going to get me through. Because if you don't have faith, it's very easy to believe in fear, right? It's easy to believe that, you know what? I've been in this test. I've been in this trial. I've been in this situation for about 5 years now. And you know what? It's never going to happen. You're believing in the fear. You're believing in the worry. You're believing in the doubt. But faith is the opposite of that. Faith is positive, right? Faith is saying that, you know what? I've been in this thing for 5 years, but I know my day is coming where I'm going to get that answer prayer, where I'm going to get that breakthrough, where I'm going to receive that blessing. So having that faith to hold on, it's like holding on to hope. Think about it. It's like a comfort. When you were a little kid, maybe your mom or dad, whoever, they might have given you a toy or your pacifier to comfort you while you were crying. So think of faith as that comfort. Like, you know what? I'm going to be okay. Things are going to work out. It may not feel like it in this moment, but this faith is going to comfort me. And I know that I'm going to see the things that I've been praying for.
So it sounds like that faith is important because it's fuel, it's the rock, it's the platform, it's the thing that you stand on, it's the anchor in the sea. It doesn't waver, although the situation may look like it's crumbling. The reality may look far from the belief, but the faith is that it will come and it shall come to pass. That's what it sounds like. That's why it's important.
Yeah.
You get shaky in yourself. And when you get that fear and see you were stepping all in the next questions. Let's just go there. You know what I'm saying? You stepping all in. I'm like, she on time, baby. So I think I want to take it here before we go into that fear. But what was one time you had to apply like bigger faith than ever before?
Baby, so my dad passed away December 3rd, 2021. And all of 2000, what year is this? This is 23. So all of 2022, I had to depend on my faith, even in the moment of watching him take his last breath. Like, I had to have faith, knowing that he's with God, everything is going to be okay, and I'm going to be okay. Right? Like, not to say I didn't have my moments where I was crying and where I was sad, not to say I still don't have those moments, but tapping into that faith, it's different when you're grieving with God and without God. And when you grieve with God, you tap into your faith. Like, yes, you have lost, but God is close to the brokenhearted. You have to have faith to believe that. Right? It says, for we don't mourn as those who have no hope. You have to have faith to believe that. So all of 2022, and even now, like, I'm still dependent on my faith, knowing that at the end of the day, my dad's spirit is still here. You have to have faith to believe that. And so, like, even now, like, I still see signs of him, whether it's his name, whether I'm listening to the radio, and his favorite song might come on the radio. I have faith to believe that was him showing up. He may not be here physically, but spiritually, he's still here. So in situations like that, and I'm speaking from my personal experience, I had to apply big faith to believe, because that faith, going back to what I said earlier, that faith is what comforts me, knowing that, no, I'm not going to see him physically while I'm still on earth, but I have faith to believe he's still showing up.
That's good. And I like how you use that in a way that it deals with grief in someone that you love so much who's not here anymore, because a lot of times we want to just put faith in a certain category. Oh, I need faith for my finances. I need faith that I'm going to get this job, or I need faith that, you know, all these different things that we can apply it to. But faith that during the grieving period of losing someone so dear to us, that I'm still going to be all right, that I have hope for tomorrow. I love that scripture that you shared. This is going to be a little bit, I don't know if it's controversial, but it could be thought of that way. So the question is faith only for believers of Jesus Christ?
I don't think so. I think faith is, there's so many different religions, and I'm not familiar with all the history, but there's Catholic, there's Muslim, there's Pentecostal, there's Christian, there's all of these things. And faith can, and what I've seen from my friends who are Muslim, they have faith. Does that mean because they don't believe in Jesus, they don't have faith to believe in something, right? Because in the Bible, it didn't say faith is the substance hoped for in Jesus Christ. It just says faith is the substance of things hoped for, things, the evidence of things we can't see. So it's believing in, if it's Allah, if it's Saint Mary, whoever, you have this faith to believe in something. I don't necessarily, this is just my personal opinion, I don't think it necessarily is devoted just to Jesus Christ to have faith, because there could be people who have faith who don't believe in God, and they have faith and then can be converted into believing in God. So does that mean because they don't believe in God or Jesus Christ right now, they don't have faith? You know what I mean? So I believe that faith goes across the board. I think if God is the creator of the universe and everybody has a mustard seed size of faith, there might be times when you have faith and then eventually you're going to believe and see God work in your life, or Jesus Christ, or whoever it is that you believe in. So I don't think that it's just limited to those who believe in Jesus Christ. I don't think so.
I love the way that you answered that, because I thought about when you talked about the mustard seed. He said, I dealt to every man the measure of faith. He didn't say I dealt to every kingdom believer. I dealt to every Muslim. He just said I dealt to every man the measure of faith. And so that measure, whatever you do with it is what you do with it. So I really and agree with a lot of what you said, because I'm not a believer doesn't mean I'll never be, but I believe. And he said that faith is the only way to please God. And so even if you're not using your faith in Jesus Christ for Christ's principles, precepts, ordinance, all those type of things, you're still using faith. And I think if I could push it even further, I think it'd still be pleasing God. Now you even have to have faith to accept Jesus Christ, which is believing in something that you can't see. And so we ain't gonna go to church here, but that was difficult. I loved it. The next question goes back to what you were talking about a little bit. You hit on it just a little bit, but I really want you to nail it right here with this question. And I use 3 different words, so I'm gonna let you do what you do with these words. But the question is, Spiritual Friendvisor, what are the effects of unbelief, doubt, or disbelief in someone's journey?
Ooh, what are the effects of doubt, disbelief, and what was the other one?
It was unbelief,
doubt,
and disbelief. Yep.
What are the effects? I think that it can prolong your process. I think that it can make it more challenging. I think that you miss out on a lot of miracles, signs, and wonders because of your doubt, because of your unbelief, and because of your disbelief. I think it takes you on a path that maybe originally that's not the path God intended for you. And so because when we doubt, when we have unbelief, and when we have disbelief, that's when who's playing God in our life? We're in the driver's seat, right? We're taking control. We're writing the story. We're putting expectations, or not even that, but putting God in a certain box. Like, you know what, God, I don't believe that you're going to do this for me. So I'm going to put you in this box over here, and I'm going to work things out. And God is like, all right, I want to see how that works out for you. I want to see how long it takes you to get to where, because there are things that we could be doing because of doubt, disbelief, and unbelief that would take the average person 5 years. But had we had belief, had we had faith, had we had hope, God said, I can take what is meant to take 5 years. I can do it in a year or even less than that for you. And I think, right? Because God can accelerate us. God can take us places that we can never even take us. But because we let the seed of doubt, disbelief, or unbelief, and I think those things come too because of the expectations that we put on, right? And I'm a witness to this. You say, oh, by this age, I'm going to have this. By this age, I'm going to do this. And then when it doesn't happen, it's like, well, then it's never going to happen. Maybe it wasn't going to happen because it wasn't your time.
Come on.
Your character wasn't fully developed. You weren't mature enough to handle it, or you were still operating in a space from doing things on your own. And so I think that these are just some of the effects, but tap into your faith and see what happens, right? There's a scripture, and I wrote this down in my journal the other day. I said, God, I'm going to try you. I'm gonna try you. I'm gonna take this, because it's prayed impossible, right? So God, I'm gonna try you, and I'm gonna start doing something different, right? Because I kind of got into like a little rut, just because of life. But it's like, all right, God, I need to shake this. I need to do something different. And so those are the effects of when you say, I'm gonna tap into my faith. Because sometimes we're like, oh God, why are you silent? God, are you listening? God is like, I need you to make the first move. Start exercising your faith and then see what I do. Start exercising your faith and see how I move. But because you have doubt, because you have unbelief, because you have disbelief, and there's a scripture that just pops in my head, I don't remember exactly what it is, it says something like Jesus couldn't perform miracles in his own hometown because of the disbelief. So because you doubt, God is like, all right, I'm gonna go to your neighbor. Let me go next door. Let me go down the block. I'm gonna leave this neighborhood because you don't believe that I can do this. So I think those are the effects. You prolong your process, you make your process harder than what it should be. And then you just miss out on the signs, miracles, and wonders that God wants to show and perform and show you so that you can see his glory, so that then you can go and tell people, listen, let me tell you what God did. I was doubting, but then when I turned up my faith and I just sat back and I was able to stand in awe of God's hand at work in my life.
So you telling me, girl, you telling me that I be trying to do stuff in my own strength. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm a person who's done that. And literally, God will allow you to do that because you have free will. He blessed you with that. You know what I'm saying? But okay, when he like, all right, look now, you're going too far. I'm about to he'll dry things up. Yeah. He will dry relationships up. He will try whatever it is that got your attention so much that you're so focused without having faith in him, that you're trusting in yourself so much because you just think that you brought yourself here. You know what I mean? Because you clothe yourself and you pay your rent or whatever.
Exactly.
You pay your car note and all that good stuff. But nah, and here's the thing that I love too, that I want to add to all of the great things that you said, is that it shows up like this, y'all. Worry, fear, second guessing, asking for confirmation after confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. How many more confirmations? Just be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10.
Yeah.
And he said he created man, and he said, let there be. And a lot of the times we are not, and me, I can say this by myself, not patient enough for that let there be to come into fruition, because it's a process. But if I say, let there be a spiritual breakthrough, if I say, let there be friends in my life who pray and fast, it shall come. I shall see it. And a lot of the times and this is something that I've been reading and I've been studying this, because faith and obedience are attached. But here's the thing. We'll have faith for it in that moment. We'll say, oh, girl, you know what? I'm about to get this new car. 1 month passed. Girl, I still ain't got 3 years passed.
Right.
I don't even know if God even heard me. The devil, he just keep on. See, then your confession changes. See, we think that confession only goes with sin. I confess my sins. I confess that I believe the Lord. But also confession comes from your mouth and your thoughts. So if you have faith in the beginning, then you start talking and nurturing the unbelief. You started nurturing and watering the disbelief. You started nurturing and watering the doubt, which is worry and stress and fear and anxiety over tomorrow. Then, baby girl, you just canceled your faith.
You did.
Baby boy, what are you doing?
Right. Exactly.
So, girl, I mean, and that patience, that because I don't think a lot of people know patience, because we don't garden and we don't milk the cow and we don't wait on the chicken to give the egg and all that type of stuff. We just live in a different society, a different paced society. Let me say that, because it's still the same in some aspects, but it's a different pace. Yeah. And I myself, Brandi, Spiritual Friendvisor, I myself had to pace myself within my grace. And a lot of the times when we thinking about faith in our own journey, we're looking at other people's journey and we're saying, oh, I'm supposed to be there too. Like you said, at this age, I'm supposed to do it. But what if that's not the age that I want you to go? He want to do something different for you. So what I want everyone, I think is what she wants us to know, is that we have to learn how to focus on our particular journey and only be inspired or observe other people's journey. Don't want to be them.
And I think too, to your point, what you were saying, I think not only to be inspired by others, but and that's what it says. Faith comes by hearing. So as you're hearing these testimonies, as you're looking at other people's journeys, let that build your faith for your journey. Because you don't know what was going on behind the scenes. You don't know how long it took them to get there. It just seems like, oh, all of a sudden they pop up on social media. I'm married, I got kids, I got a family, I got this house, I started this. But you don't know what they were doing. You don't know what they had to give up, because it's a cost. It's a cost and it's a price for your faith. And I don't think people, because of your patience, right? People don't want to pay that price. But just look at other people's journeys to inspire you to grow your faith and to develop your faith and to exercise your faith, because there are people who are watching you. There are people who, when you finally get that breakthrough, when you finally get that answer prayer, and when it's your time and turn to share your testimony, people are going to then be inspired by you to grow their faith on their journey. So we all have a story. We all are modern day Bible stories.
Do you hear me? The book of Brandi is being read, baby. Okay. And I'm reading it. You know, I'm reading it.
Yeah.
That is so good. And that's it. Girl, we're gonna do a part 2, because we ain't even hit we had the surface, and we got to go a little deeper, but they ain't ready yet. They just, we want to get them ready. We're going to leave them some crumbs or something, a little something left.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask, we got about, 4 more minutes. Okay. I want to ask you 2 more questions. And one of them is, what is your favorite faith quote reminder? Okay, that's the first one. And the second one is, how can we practice faith and self-care as one?
What is my favorite faith quote reminder? Mm-hmm. It's impossible to please God without faith. And then another one is, which was a reminder the other day when I was reading, what does it say? Why are you so of little faith? Like, why do you have little faith? Like, if God said he's going to do something, he's going to do it. He never told you when he's going to do it. He never told you how he's going to do it, but he told you he's going to do it. And so when we have little faith, that goes back to just the doubt, the worry. God didn't give us little faith. He gave us a mustard seed size of faith, but he never gave us little faith. And little faith is basically like no faith. And so that's my reminder of when I'm going through things. And even just the name of my company, Pray the Impossible. I'm sitting here, why am I praying things that I can possibly make possible in my own strength? With man, it's impossible. With God, all things are possible. That's my third one too. Sorry, I gave you 3. But it's seriously, so it's like, if you want to see God do something that you've never seen before, pray the impossible. Ooh, those are my reminders. And then the second question was how to
practice faith and self-care together. Yeah.
I'm not that great at that. I'm going to be honest. As a full-time entrepreneur, running 2 businesses, author, all of those things, I forget to take care of myself. I'm a servant. I serve the people. I serve the Lord. I give everyone, what they need. And sometimes my cup is on empty. When it got like a little drop left in the cup, I'm still giving that. I'm exhausting myself to give people that. So I have to remember, Brandi, and this is actually, you've caught me in this space in my life right now where I'm taking a step back so I can pour back into myself. I have to get back into exercising my faith, right? I have to get back into taking care of myself and having faith, knowing that, Brandi, even if you take a rest, they're going to be all right. If you need to tap in and take a minute and get you a massage and a facial, the people going to be okay. You got to put your mask on first before you himself together. So that's just my reminder to tap into my faith and exercise my faith and, you know, become anew.
Girl, that's beautiful. And I think that there's always a time for a reset. And if I could share something with you, that I think that God has his believers, his children, those who have acquainted themselves with sonship and being a daughter, he has really created a time right now for us to reset, a hard reset, a hard rewire. And so I just believe that during this time, there will be an outpour of a refreshing and restoration of the soul. And so I just thank God for that. And that's my prayer for you as you are in this space, as well as myself. Actually, I've been moving today. I did some yard work and stuff earlier, my mom's house and stuff like that. So it's just amazing to be connected to other people who pray the impossible. And that is such inspiration to me, to pray the impossible, to even say it out loud. It's like, yeah, that's it. So I just want to encourage you during this time. You got this, girl. You just poured all into us, and we appreciate you for being on this platform, sharing your wisdom, sharing your heart, sharing your story, and sharing your God-like image. You are such an amazing guest, and we're gonna have to run this back for part 2 because look, through all of it, we just stepping on hollow, ground.
Yes.
So, thank you so much again, Brandi. We love y'all. Y'all peace and vibe out.
You've just tuned into Vision and Vibes, a weekly podcast brought to you by Inspired Bosses. For more books, speaking engagements, or workshops, visit inspiredbosses.com.